And we are live. Hello, everybody. Hi. Good morning to people watching me here from Singapore, and good afternoon and good evening to those who are based at anywhere you are at this timing. Thank you so much for watching this live. I'm Elaine, and then today is so fast day 8 of my 10x self-discovery journey. And I have the privilege, the big privilege to welcome and to invite Arlene to be here with me. Hi, Arlene.
Hello, Elaine. How are you?
Very good, very good.
Thank you for inviting. Of course, thank you. And thank you so much for inviting me to speak on your page today.
Yes, and you in our team is always the really that the one of them will really bring us that high energy.
Aw, thank you. I'm every day I'm hyper.
So I'm really glad that you are here with me. Thank you so much once again. So without any delay, let's start our interview. Okay. So Arlene, you have to introduce yourself.
Well, okay, so besides the personality, so I am Arlene Lorenzo. I live in Vancouver, so very far away from my dear friend here. And I currently am, so I'm a mother of one teenager, so she's 17 right now. And I have been doing this, connecting with people digitally for almost 3 years now. So, and like many of you guys who are watching here today, I also had a corporate career. So I was doing that, and I was in customer service and really worked from a young age and up, and here we are.
Yeah. Okay. Next question. What was your pain and struggle before starting the online business? I know, Arlene, that you actually love your corporate job. So what's that? Some people will actually, usually you have people say, I hate my job. I want to do something different. But you will be a bit different because you love your job.
I did, I was really proud of my job. I took a different path when I was younger. Like I was always like not rebellious, but I was always a go-getter at school and everything. And so I started to work at a young age. So even while I was in high school, I was already starting my career in what it was going to be. And I was one of those where at the end of high school, I had a very good paying job already. So I didn't go to college, and so I just did that, right? So I felt like my life was set, and it was like, and I had my family and everything. And so when you have a job that you love, and as you had mentioned, you don't really think there's anything missing. So you think everything is okay, because I didn't really go through the struggles as much as, where I hated my job, where I was dragging myself in. Until I became, a family person. I live in a very expensive city, which, I'm sure many people can agree with. And being single income, it was always a paycheck to paycheck kind of living. But the thing is, I was so fulfilled because I loved my job. I was like, as long as everything is covered, I'm okay. But what came out of that is that I was never, because I was such a workaholic, I never really spent time with my daughter. I was always at work. And I always thought that was fine because mommy's working. So it was like, this is how it's supposed to be. And then my parents were aging. And then I noticed that, when they had specialist appointments, it was always when they would ask me, if I could take time off work, it was always like, again. And then it just came together. So the pain and struggles after became the guilt that I couldn't give back to my family. It was either always about work or it was about them. And it was always sacrificing for me. And then it started to come to a point where when I hit 40, it all came together, and I started to outgrow my job. It was like I started to get up in management, and I wanted to run things my way, but I couldn't because I was working for somebody, and I just wanted to do more, but I didn't know it was going to relate to this. So how I got into like why I decided to like not necessarily do business, but I needed to find something is, working paycheck to paycheck. It was one night and I was just so tired of just living that way. And I was like, what else is there? That's what started the journey and to where I am today.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so good that you're here with us.
Oh my gosh. It's like, I love hearing the stories that you guys share because I will share everything I have, the ups, the downs, because it's a beautiful journey, truly.
Yes, yes. Okay, before I go to the next question, let's
Mm-hmm.
see who's with us. Okay, so
Yes.
hi, Beth.
Oh, hello,
Beth
LA.
is here. Hi. My husband is here.
Hello, hubby.
He's my loyal supporter. Okay, we have Sylvia. Sylvia. Hola. Yes, we all love the testimonial, aren't we? We're so used to, it's so nice. Isn't we are used to live, we are supposed to be kind of life. Yeah.
Yeah. Right? Didn't we all grow up like with that vision? Like at high school, we go to college, we get married, we have kids. It's like it's all pre-programmed for us until something decides to go a different way, and then you don't know what to do with your life. It's like all the pieces just go, what now?
Yeah, correct. Because just a quick shares about mine. That really sometimes that it changed. I also had a very good salary career previously. That I was like working until one day my eldest daughter cried and says, "Mommy, you have no time for us anymore. You are always working." And it just suddenly stop. I started crying.
Yes.
That's it. Because I didn't even realize that what I was doing that time. Yeah. Yeah. It's just that
And
and
our kids are so sensitive, and when they say something like that, gosh, I still remember that. And you always use your children as your excuse. I'm doing this because of you. I'm working hard because of family. And then at the end, who is suffering? You think you're doing your best and you're providing everything you can materially, but inside emotionally they suffer.
Yeah. So even like right now, I'm sharing this with you. My heart just, that heaviness, it just put it down. It's the trigger, the impact is so strong with just one sentence from my daughter. Yeah.
You are so lucky because your kids are still young. So I'm so happy for you. I'm just making up time now. She's older, but we're like friends now.
Never. Right? Okay.
Right?
Let's go on to the next one. Okay. Why did you decide to have, actually, you have actually answered that, right? And why this one?
I didn't, yeah, like for me, it wasn't, I didn't know what it looked like online, honestly. I always knew I wanted to do something, but I didn't know it. And it was so far from owning my own business because, I took myself away from that because it was like, well, I didn't go to business school and I didn't I didn't choose that path. And if I have to start now and go to business school again, so I almost didn't think that was for me. I was like looking for another way. So what do we best know, right? Another job. It's like, that's what we needed. If it doesn't fix this, another job. And so that's where I started. I looked for another job. And then, I was always tired. And then, of course, it was even more time away from her. And then it started. Then it was like, well, what can I find a job working from home? And that's where it started. Okay, let me do that. Because then that's kind of like close to owning a business that I work at home. And I did that as well. And then what happened was I was tied to a desk. It was like I was chained. I couldn't walk around. And then the money that I would get after, in comparison to my time, it wasn't going to change my life. It wasn't going to get rid of debt. It wasn't going to pay my house. It was just, yeah, I'll get a little bit extra, but it wasn't enough. And so I said, okay, what else? And then, when you're starting to work online and, on home, you'll start to see things, what other people are doing. And it's when I started to see regular people who are in the same situation as us doing something. So I was like, what's that? So I went through a process and I researched and researched, and until one day I found out what it was, and then it matched what I was looking for, which I can work, on my own time, what I can give. So I like that. I was like, okay, I don't have to be at home, so I can just run it where there's internet. I love that. So we've been able to prove that. We travel a lot, my daughter and I. She's graduating this year, so I'm so excited. She's taking a year break, so we are traveling the whole time. So, and I'm not worried because I have a business that I can take with me. So that is why I chose the online space. Again, I didn't know it was available before, certainly to someone like me. And then I'm so glad I just kept looking, because I'm that stubborn person. I just kept looking, and here we are today. If I didn't give myself that chance, I don't know. I'd probably be still working joyfully, but not knowing that there's so much more happiness on the other side, right?
And definitely you will not even have that talk of traveling for that 1 year with your daughter.
I know, right? I was like, I'm so excited.
I'm so envy of you.
I get to visit all you guys.
I'm stuck here.
Your time will come when your children are grown. Your time will come.
Yeah, I shall wait patiently.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What is the biggest result and change that happened since you started your online business?
So, from a monetary point of view, as I mentioned, I loved my job, and it was never in my scope to ever quit that. I really saw myself, at that job, and it was like, I was happy doing what I was doing. And then until, the business, it just started to really evolve and stuff. And I started to get, I started to know the ropes, and then that decision had to be made. I was like, oh my gosh, I can actually leave my job, but do I want to? So that took a year for me, right? So I'm in a different process now. Yes, I work now for myself at home, but it's like I'm learning again, which I love learning stuff. So I'm learning every day. I'm learning, from all of you. I'm learning on my own. So I love that. Otherwise, so family-wise, happy family, right? It's just harmonious and, not as stressed. Personally, it was, I get to really speak my truth, and I get to really run my company the way I want to run. So it's like everybody has their way. It's either money driven, it's either purpose, whatever it is. I have mine in the way, what's important to me, and I get to live that today. So that I think in itself is that, and just I feel like I'm getting just time back. So a lot of things. I'm grateful for a lot of things, and just seeing what else was out there. I mean, not everyone gets to do that, right? Correct. Not everyone is given a chance to know that there's actually something better, or whatever their dreams may hold and stuff. So I'm so blessed to be able to get that. So that's my story.
Equally for me, I'm truly grateful. Nothing else.
Exactly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We have the last question for you. Any last notes or advice for the viewers who are maybe seeking a change or even considering doing something online?
You know what? It's like now is the perfect time. Now really is. There's so many tools that are so user friendly out there that it really isn't as scary as anyone would think. For people who, as I said, I'm in my 40s, so that age of mine where when we think business, it's traditional, it's like, or, having a storefront and doing this, it's completely different. And this can be done in little time, in whatever you want for yourself, but allow it to give you that adventure that it does. Do not close yourself off. Like, it's like, where we used to just buy the lottery ticket because that was our hope to get out. Like, like we would be like, okay, well, if we win, then we can leave our jobs. there's so many things out there. So if there's any part of you that actually is ever just interested, just take a look, because it's free. You can do that, you know. And so that's that, you know, have the faith, no fear, because there's so many people here who are in the community that are supporting, and people who, there's always new people starting. Everyone, trust me, wants to jump in and help everybody. So that's pretty much it. If I did not become stubborn that day, like I said, I don't know what my life, it would probably still be the same. So I am so grateful that I am stubborn. That's what I'm not saying be stubborn, but I'm stubborn.
Then we belong to the same group, because I must thank myself for being stubborn at that time too.
I know. So there you go. So good for us for being stubborn.
Yes. Yay. Okay, thank you, Arlene, so much for this interview. Thank you once again. Then I shall see you.
We shall. We'll connect digitally for now, but one day I will be at your.
Yeah, I will be a good host. Then I come over, you be a good host.
Love it. I love food.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Bye.
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 You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.